Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today on today's webinar. We have a great webinar today. We're going to talk a little bit about improving your homepage. So it should be an interesting topic, actually. First, just a couple logistics before we get started. First, we will be recording this webinar, and we will post the recording to the eDirectory.com blog after, usually within 24 hours. So it'll be there tomorrow in case you missed anything or you want to review later. You can certainly do that. And second, if you have any questions or comments during the webinar, just pop them into the chat, into the Zoom chat, and we will stop periodically to answer questions as we go. And also at the end of the webinar, we'll take any questions about this topic or anything else that you'd like to ask. So thanks for joining us today. So I'm James. I'm the founder of the company. And with us, we have Emerson and Gabriel from our marketing team. Hi, guys. Great. So let's get started. So first, we have a couple other events coming up. We run these webinars every 2 weeks on Wednesdays. One of them is keyword. The next one coming up, I think, is keyword research for online directories, and that'll be in about 2 weeks. Then integrations to power up your site, AI prompts for content and strategies, AdSense alternatives to monetize your site, and custom pages for location and category. Those are the next topics coming up every 2 weeks in sequence. And you can visit eDirectory.com/webinars to sign up for those or to learn more about them. And then just quickly, for anybody that's new here, just a very, very quick background on the eDirectory platform. This is a software system that we sell. It is a platform to build online directory style sites, online guides, that type of thing. It's used for all sorts of different industries and purposes, from online yellow pages, local search, vendor directories, niche directories, all sorts of things you can possibly imagine. People are using it all over the world. So I think it's the best platform for online directory guide style sites. It's highly customizable. There is an interface in the back, a widget-based interface where you don't even need to do any coding, and you can drag things around and move them and change fonts and colors, that type of thing. Also, we do have a source code version available if you do want to do some customization or integrations with other systems. It has integrated native mobile apps, so you can actually get an app that you upload into the store, into the Apple or Android store under your brand, under your App Store accounts. And it's heavily SEO optimized. So these directory style sites do really good about dragging in search traffic. So we spent a lot of time on that. And last, just, if you have more questions or want to learn about it more for your own use, visit eDirectory.com to schedule a private demo with an account manager, and they can do a screen share and discuss whatever you'd like to with that. So great. Tips to improve your homepage. That's the topic of the day. And first, just why is the homepage so important? Well, obviously, it's the homepage. It's sort of the main page on your site. So, of course, you want it to look great. It is the first impression most people have. Typically, the homepages of these sites have the highest. It's the page with the highest traffic. So it really is something you want to focus on and make sure that it's really, really great. It's the showcase of your mission. It's where you talk about, what you're doing, what this site is about. It's an opportunity to sort of captivate your users and get them involved and get them interested, I guess, in what you're doing, and encourage exploration. It sort of is the entry point where you can, drive people into different areas, categories, niches, etc. And of course, driving conversions is the most important thing. And so there's a bunch of different ways to do that through forms and chats and other things that you can possibly integrate with the homepage. Oh, we just had a question if it's live. Yeah, we're live. We're all live here. So we always do these live. Great. Okay, next slide, please. And so to edit the homepage, we have this page editor in the background in the admin section. And you log into the site manager, the admin area, and then you'll see the page editor in there. And it's a widget-based editor where you can drag and move things around. It's very, very easy to use. It's one of the best editors I've seen for building websites. Drag and drop. There's a number of different header widgets. There's search box widgets, banner ads widgets. You can put banners throughout the page wherever you want. We have widgets to showcase different events. If you're creating events or listings, etc. There's card-based widgets, which are these little sort of blocks that you can put in different content, feature different content throughout the database of the site, blog articles, custom content, etc. With these different widgets. And then we also have a set of engagement widgets. These are things like generating newsletter signups, lead forms, online leads, etc., etc. And then typically people close out with the footer of the website there. And I think at this point, I'll turn it over to Emerson, and he's going to talk about how to collect and analyze data, which is a great way to sort of start and figure out what people are using, what they're not using on your homepage, et cetera, to make it a little bit more scientific of a process here. So let me turn it over to Emerson, who's an expert on this stuff. And thanks.
Okay, thank you, James. As we have the page editor that we can build custom pages and modify the existing pages, it comes to the questions. What can I build? What type of information can I display and showcase, and for what reason? To answer these, we need to take data-driven decisions. So we have a few ways to discover why people are visiting our websites and where are they clicking, etc. And we can see this type of information using the Google Search Console, Google Analytics, the internal search reports, the eDirectories internal search reports, and external tools that generate heat maps and screen recordings of user interaction. So with all these external tools, we can analyze what is happening in our website before they click and after they click to visit the website. So this will help us answer questions like, who is our audience? What are they looking for? Where are they clicking? And where are they dropping? I mean, where they leave our website. So let me show you very quickly these tools I have here. So inside Google Analytics, this is the Google Analytics for our demo website. It's the new analytics, the Google Analytics 4. So it's eDirectory is ready for the new Google Analytics. It's a simple integration out of the box. So when we go here on reports, and then we go to user attributes and then demographic details, we can see where are they coming from. We can see the location. We can see also gender and other information about who is the people. So if you are running a directory for your state, for example, you can see the cities that are most active in your website. You can see other details here, just like audiences and the overview of your like this type of metrics, like users, the user sessions. You can see all the detailed information that Google Analytics has about your website. So this is very important. So you can start understanding who is your audience. They can make searches for any type of content. So this is the dashboard of an eDirectory website, our demo site, for instance. So go in here on the menu activity, search reports, you can select a period and see the internal searches on your website. So it will give you an overview about who is your audience, where they are coming from, what they are looking for, and from here you can start working on the content of your website, or at least planning the next steps, which is what kind of content they are searching, what do you have to offer, etc. And now I'm going to turn it over to Gabriel, because he's going to show how a heat map tool called a Hotjar that's easily integratable with eDirectory that you can use to capture, to see what the users are doing in your website. So let me just stop sharing here. And now it's time for Gabriel, please.
All right, let me share my screen here. Oh, all right. So yes, just to continue here, we use this tool called Hotjar. I think that some of you might know it already, or if you don't worry. This is basically a tool where you can see the behavior of users using your website. What I mean by that is that by installing a Hotjar tag on your eDirectory website, you will be able to see what are the users scrolling, where are they clicking, hovering their mouse. So by checking this information, you can see what are the parts of your website that are most interesting or less interesting for the user. And then you can start changing things to see, okay, maybe this listing is more interesting because people are clicking on it. So I could change the location to give it more of a featured listing or highlights, something like that. So I will show you how we have a KB entry on how to integrate this with your eDirectory website. So I'll paste this later on the chat. So keep an eye on it.
And Gabriel, just to add, so Hotjar is a third-party service. They have a free version and they also have paid versions, I believe. But probably you'll be able to do fine with the free version if you do want to look at heat maps and do that sort of thing. Just want to mention that up front.
Yes, that's right. We are using the free version on our marketing directory here. So we have this directory already set up. This one is what we use to demonstrate the directory. So we have this set up. I will go to the heat maps option here. So it's pretty straightforward usage. So Hotjar is reading the last 30 days of my homepage. So it is reading marketing.demodirectory.com. And okay, so it generated a print screen, like a screenshot of my homepage of our website. And right now we are checking all the clicks. So that means where people are clicking on our website. So you can see the counting of the clicks as well. So once it gets like hotter as red, it means it has more interactions. Okay, so we have blue and purple are less interactions.
And this demo is a non-public demo, so it doesn't. It basically has no traffic and clicks on it. But your real site would probably have some really, some bright areas on there with it.
Definitely, yes. You will have more intense clicks and movements here. So you can also click the mouse hovering, like movement, where people are placing their mouse. Okay, so I see that people are placing their mouses over restaurants. So this is a pretty hot spot on my menu up here. So, okay, it means that people are looking for maybe restaurants in Miami or where they can find a table, an open table. So also for the listings, you see that the first listing gets more attention. So this is a more, how do you say, a special place on your page, as the one for the right gets less hovering. The banner gets a lot of attention as well, so you see a lot of movement here, and also and you go on and on, so you can check what are people actually moving their mouse. And we also have the scrolling verification here. So this is what we call the first fold of your website. So the first fold is where people land. So we have like 100% of people land on this page. So this is the most prestigious part of your website. Okay, so the important things should be good images, The more important links of the services that you offer should be here on this first fold. So the second fold, you see that the color gets colder and colder. So by this page, like the average fold, you get like 76% of your users scroll this far. That's what it makes. And as you go below, it gets colder and colder. You see 40% and it starts dropping. So that means that the bottom of your page might be the less interesting place of your directory. You can always, try to offer something here. For example, we use this newsletter widget here. So maybe you can create an offer here offering like 5% discount or for someone that subscribes on a plan in exchange for their email. So maybe you can try to make this more interesting to make people scroll down to your website. So that's basically it. So you can check all of these three metrics, and then you can start gathering this information, also adding up with the information that Emerson just showed us with the Google Analytics. And then you can start to actually create strategies to, okay, how can I drive more conversions or attract more people to visit my page by improving my homepage. So I think that combining these two tools together, you can get a pretty more clear view of how to work with the widgets and the content on your homepage. So you have, yes, that's pretty much it. So I don't know if you have any questions.
Gabriel, can you show a recording of a user interaction?
Sure, let's see if I have one here. Hotjar also offers recordings. So if you set up a recording, it will record what a user has been navigating, what they're doing on your website. I have an example here. Let's see. Let me get this shorter one. And it actually will record the screen. It won't show any data as, for example, passwords or characters. It will cover. And it's playing now. So you can see the mouse, the person is right here. So I will skip inactivity. So if the mouse is not moving, you can just skip ahead. You see that the mouse moved.
And again, just for people to remember again that this is a demo, so it's not like a real site interaction. Your actual interaction would be quite a bit different.
And you would have like a list of, I don't know, dozens of people, dozens of recordings of different people navigating your website. And then you start to notice patterns on their navigation styles. So you actually can see where they are hovering, where they're clicking.
And so that's the movement there. I see this is from Portugal, so maybe that's Emerson there.
Yeah.
Doing this, it probably is. He's in Portugal.
Probably is. Yeah, so we are testing things, reading things, seeing if the icons are good. So that's what we were working before. Okay. So yeah, that works great on your website too.
Well, that's great. And one thing I just wanted to add there is it may not be, totally negative if you have a large drop, like right near the fold. It may be that what you have, that content there is actually really good and it's helping people find what they want and then they go where they're supposed to go on that. So don't think like your goal isn't necessarily to get people to scroll all the way to the bottom. Your goal is to get them to find the information that they're looking for. Just keep that in mind with your site.
Yeah, so using the page editor widgets, you can build this in-page navigation that drives people around certain sections of your website and display content, feature your best contents. So let me share my screen again and keep the presentation here. I have a few more things to talk about. So before taking any plan or starting making any changes on your pages, it's a good idea, a good strategy to formulate hypotheses before anything. So once you know who is your audience, what they're looking for, how they are interacting with your current website or your current pages, Now, on this webinar, we're talking just about the home page, but there are other pages like the results page, the advertise with this page, some key pages you have to monitor to understand the user behavior and drive the right conversion. For example, on the home page is to showcase your better advertisers, your premium advertisers. On the advertise with this page, you need to drive the conversion to click on the sign up plans. So we have different strategies for different pages. For this webinar, we're talking just about the home page. So if people is scrolling your page, or if they're not scrolling your page, formulate an hypothesis for that. Is my content good enough? It's content properly curated? Are you showcasing the best you have? Is it easy to search things on your website? Is the navigation menu helping people to explore your website? Is your copy persuasive? I mean, are the texts on your websites, the call to actions, all the text you have, asking for people to explore and click and discover more things about your website? These are the things you are going to test when we're going to make the changes. And we prepared 4 suggestions of home pages for you to get inspired, depending on how is your project, the content you have. For example, we have these, we call it minimalist and short and to the point, that are great for new websites because they are shorter pages. So people on the home page will have a clear vision of what they're going to do. They're going to search. There is the search bar very prominently. So they have to type in, search, and go to the results page. But if you have a lot of content, then a good idea is to feature your advertisers, to curate your best content, and have even a full page with all the modules, all the content you have. So let me show here the page I have. Well, this is the one we call it minimalist. So we have just the navigation that is designed to showcase the best content we have. So even the navigation is not the generic one. Listings, classifieds, deals, classifieds, etc. So we have the categories for things that we want people to click in. We have this a very basic information. So what they're going to do on our website: search, filter, find, and if you're a business, get listed. Simple like as that. So some banner ads, because it's always good to let people know they can advertise on your website. And the footer, a basic one with the newsletter widget. So you will have here an engagement section. People can sign up for an exclusive list, for example. A short and to the point homepage where we can add a few more elements, just like trending categories. So if you have more categories, you know that people are looking for some specific categories more than others. So you can feature these categories and use this widget, feature categories. There are different options you can choose from. This one that's very simple, one with icons, and another option we have is with images. It's up to you what is best for your website. And here we have one for location as well. So categories and locations are great for directories. A bit more information. If you have apps published, you can showcase that you have apps here. This one, we call it features. So if you have premium advertisers, so you must use the homepage to highlight them. It's good because it will create a healthy competition for these spaces. People will want to sign up for a premium package to be featured on the homepage as well. So we have different widgets. We call it cards widgets. So you can use any module to highlight any type of content in your website. There are several different options, design options to showcase this content. So we have here banners. So this one is very simple, just to showcase advertisers. And we have the full homepage with all the modules available. Again, starting with the search bar, which is almost mandatory having that. Feature listings, that's the same cards widget, but another design option. You can select if you want 3, 4, 5, 10, 11 options here for listings. This is for the deals, another different design option. Banner ads, classifieds, the same design we saw on the other page. Upcoming events, so we have a carousel for events here. People can check the events on this specific location. More banner ads. This is for the blog posts. So you have a lot of news. You publish news, publish stories on your location. It's good to use this module as well. The newsletter widget, so people can sign up for your list, so you can build your email marketing list. This for articles, so you can showcase your articles, your advertisers' articles. It's good for backlinks and another SEO stuff. Recent reviews, very good because it shows some life on your website. So your website is active. People are reviewing listings, giving their opinions. It's good to showcase these. If you have, if you work on more than one location, use this widget, featured location, so people can look for things exactly on the location they are. Okay, these are the samples I have here. Let me just edit this page, which is the most complete one. I can go through some widgets and show how to configure.
Yeah, so that edit this page button is anytime you're logged into the site manager, that edit this page is visible only to you. An end user won't see that bar, that black bar with the dashboard and edit this page. It's only for when you're logged in.
So the one for listings, it's called cards. You can configure it by many different ways. You can pick the module you want to get the content. You can pick the items individually. So if you have 3, 4, 6 premium advertisers that want to highlight and make them static on your homepage, you can just pick the items individually and they will be there. There will be no rotation of content inside this widget. You can select them on the customized rules from which level you want items to be displayed. So here, just the very top advertisers, how many items and how the results will be ordered. Here is the first by the highest rated and then random. If you want to make a widget just for a specific category, just select the category here. And for a specific location, country, state, neighborhood, or city, you can select this here. And some visuals for the background color, if you want or not to display banner ads inside of this widget. As it is on my strategy here, a premium space on my homepage just for my best advertisers, I'm not displaying banner ads. So it's just for my premium advertisers. But if you have a different content or different strategies, of course, you can display square banners or wide skyscraper banner ads on these widgets. And the process of adding and editing the page is very simple. You can just drag and drop the elements to reorder. There's this plus icon here that you can use to add widgets directly on the place you want them to show up. There are lots of options for banner ads and all the modules we have here. So just pick one and configure as you wish and save the changes, and that's it. So you have a new page on your website, or you can modify the existing page. That's pretty straightforward, the way to use the page editor. And as my last words here, if you are going to make these tests about, let me say, I'm going to change the colors or add a CTA button, a call to action button to drive more conversions on my homepage. you need to give it time to test the result. So it's not from one day to another that we're going to see the difference, or if the your users and their behavior will be clear to you. So at least 15 days from one major change to another, so you can test the results.
And see the results in the analytics platforms. Okay, great. Thanks, Emerson. So we had a couple questions come in. Let me start with this one that came in last year because it's relevant to what Emerson was just talking about. Can you easily integrate content from outside sources into the homepage, for instance, Facebook or Twitter feed? Yes, absolutely. There's actually a custom content widget that you can use and paste in a little snippet from any other platform, and it'll display what's in that platform. So it's called custom content for that, to do that. So it's pretty flexible in terms of, third-party integrations, et cetera.
Yeah, James, just to add, on the listing detail page, Twitter and Facebook feed are out of the box. Just place their URL, the social network URL, and the feed is going to be displayed.
Great. And then the other thing I just want to mention in general is that if it is pretty straightforward to get all this setup stuff done and move the widgets around, but if you do need help with it, we offer a setup service. There is a cost to it, but contact us and we have a package that will set up the website for you and do all these configurations to get you going out of the box. One last question came in, and then I'll move up the list here. What is the best analytics tool to use to track user base? I think hands down, it's Google Analytics. They pretty much have a monopoly on the industry. So sign up for Google Analytics, you put your key in the back of the system, and then you can look at everything with Google Analytics. It's a very complicated platform, some of those interfaces, so you can spend some time. You can get a training on it if you want to learn more about it. What we showed you earlier was Hotjar, which is a separate thing, and you can use both analytics and Hotjar. And Hotjar is more to see just how people are moving around on an individual page with the mouse and that sort of thing. So hopefully that answers that. Okay, let me start here from the top then, just to make sure I get everybody's questions. So, does eDirectory support selling event tickets like Eventbrite, etc.? Yes, the way you would typically do that is we have a widget in there that's sort of it's called a call to action widget, and so you can go in there and then that will link to the system that processes the payment and that type of thing to actually do the checkout in it. That's how that's done. Also, the listings have a marketplace widget where you can put in individual products and things like that for it. So if you need some more help with that, reach out to our support team and they can kind of show you. You can tell them what we're trying to do, or account management team if you haven't signed up yet, and we'll walk you through how to get you where you need to be. But it's pretty flexible in terms of getting you where you need to be. So great. What are the ticket third parties you're integrated with? So typically that would be done with either using a custom content widget to paste that in, or this call to action button with a specific link that goes. So it depends on the system that you want to use on your end for that. But most of these systems have some type of a widget available that you can plug in here. Is there a built-in email manager to send out newsletters? So yeah, actually the way that the newsletters work is you would integrate in a service like MailChimp or Constant Contact or any other one really. And we have a plugin, I think, for MailChimp, right, Emerson? But you can use any of them with a custom content widget and just post in the sign-up script and then send them out. And also you can export the mailing list out of the system and then load it into these systems to do that. And the reason we actually looked at years ago, we actually sent out newsletters, et cetera. But what we realized with the newsletters is deliverability is really important. And so a lot of these mail company specialists, these specialized companies that just do newsletters, they're really good at the delivery for your newsletters. So typically you integrate with them. The system will send out renewal reminders and that type of thing through it though, with that. Next question. Can the height of the top search field be reduced? It seems to take up a lot of real estate on the screen. Yeah, we have a number of widgets for the search bar there. So you can probably find one that you're looking for that'll get the look you're looking for as well if you want something thinner there.
And maybe some tweaks using CSS will also help.
Yeah, and there's so if you know CSS or you have a designer, et cetera, and you just want to make some tweaks without actually editing the code, in the site manager, we have a way where you can post in CSS elements and override the CSS in the system, and that'll change the layout of the look of things as well. So that's an easy way to do it. Great. What's next? Can you easily integrate custom content into the homepage? Yes, I think I answered that one with the custom content widget. Hi guys, I want to follow up on the real estate theme. When is it going to be released? I think we're within the final 10 days or so. We're getting this out by mid-month, right, Gabriel? This is Gabriel's project here, and he's looking forward to it.
Yes, that's definitely coming this month. So we are pushing hard to deliver as soon as possible. Yeah, so it's basically all done, and we're just kind of getting it packaged up and doing all the the fine tweaking before it goes out. But it's ready to go. And Emerson, if we can just note Justin's name here, and we'll reach out to you when this thing's available for the real estate thing. So great. Any last call for questions? Any other comments from Emerson or Gabriel? Is that hopefully this helped a little bit today. I think the big thing is really understanding who your user is at the end of the day and what they're looking for, and then making sure that your site is a great experience, helping them find the information that they're looking for. That's the key to it. It's really about the quality of your content and then making it easily accessible there. Great. Last comments. Considering an event directory, do you have any real live site examples? We'll reach out to you. That's a question from Mike, if we can note that, Emerson, and we'll reach out and get in touch with some examples of event sites for you. Great. So it looks like that's all the questions. I guess I just want to say thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and thanks guys. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.